Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachak with us. Double honors unto the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, the elders of Great Millstone, and of course, peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, the sincere servants of Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, serving him in truth and sincerity. So coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. This lesson gonna be based off of this video right here, of course, from the channel, or the brother, of course, basically reposted this video. It's a channel GMS Rebuke the Temper 2. And the video title is Esau Admits Who the True Chosen People of the Most High is. Or it says Chosen People of God is. Yeah, Esau, of course, according to the scriptures, is a so-called white man. Of course, not all so-called white people are Edomites, but we know definitely the majority of them are. We know Esau's run the earth with the sword. According to, we already know the blessing that Isaac gave unto Esau, that he will have the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven, meaning he will have an abundance amount of wealth and riches and resources. And it also said that he will rule with the sword. And the sword, the modern day sword, is a military, these nuclear missiles, but basically all these guns and stuff, weapons. Esau's definitely at the top. The so-called white man, he's at the top with all of his weapons, of course. So right now he's running the earth with a sword. And other precepts too, like how Esau would be oppressing Jacob, the Israelites with the people of the Most High. So we're about to play this video right here.
How do I say this? The entire Bible is about black people. Not only was Jesus black, but every character in the Bible seems to be black too. Yeah, Zephaniah and Jeremiah and Jebediah, those all aren't white people names, okay? And Jesus wasn't some tan, partially melanated Middle Eastern person either. I'm talking straight up black dude, okay? Even in the book of Revelation, when you get the vision of Daniel, he's describing someone with feet like burnt brass and white woolly hair, and we've got the deep running water voice with the red eyes, and you guys, he's black. The Jewish people are black people, like Kanye was right. And those people yelling at the park dressed in purple about black people being the real Hebrew Israelites, they're right, okay? Like,
Yeah, so hey, there you have it. And he said what? Black people. Because, of course, we know no one on the planet Earth is a black person. No one on the earth has a color of what? Literally the color of black. Everyone is different shades of brown. But obviously we know that he's referring to what? The so-called Negroes, right? The so-called black people. And if you really think about it, man, our people, we don't actually have Esau, he doesn't really use the correct terms, or he doesn't at all, to describe our people. Our people are the Israelites, consisting of 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And also he said black people. I mean, the scriptures also, the tribes also consist of the so-called Native Americans and Latinos. We know, of course, the Native Americans, so-called Native Americans and Latinos fit the curses that are written about in Revelation in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Well, how basically Esau will come and literally oppress us. Not only did he oppress the so-called Negroes, he oppressed the so-called Native Americans and Latinos. But the scriptures say how Gad shall be overtaken by a troop. Gad, of course, are the so-called North American Indians. Gad got overtaken by the troop, but it says at the last he shall overcome. So currently we're all in captivity. We don't have our land. And all the curses, what? We are all slaves. So-called Negroes, Native Americans, Latinos. We are all slaves, of course, over here in this land. And we still are slaves, but of course we are in chattel slavery. And yeah, we already know that Esau covered up the images of the Most High. But real quick, just to prove what this guy, he was going into basically how what the scriptures speak about in Revelation. I'm obviously he was referring onto the vision that John was seeing, or literally what John was seeing. So it says Revelation chapter 14 or 13 actually, Revelation chapter 1 and 13, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about with the paps, with the golden girdle. And yeah, again, it's referring unto the Son, literally the Son of Man, which is what? Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. The Son of Man is Yahweh Shai, who the world, ignorantly calls Jesus. Also, the Lord, he's born in Hebrew, and he has a Hebrew name. The Israelites spoke Hebrew. Joseph and Mary were Hebrew Israelites, of course. So they obviously gave Yahweh Shai a Hebrew name, and the Most High, the Heavenly Father, speaks Hebrew. So that would make no sense for the Lord to have a Greek name, which of course we know Jesus goes back to the Greek word, or the Greek name Jesus, which isn't the name of the Most High. Or it's not the name of the Son of the Most High. So it says, Revelation chapter 1 and 14, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. Exactly. So it says his head and his hairs were white like wool. When you think about wool, sheep's wool, obviously you think about something curly and poofy, right? Just like an afro. As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. See? So, and again, it says, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. So when you get the image of burnt brass, I'm going to get it real quick. This is what you get. You get this image right here, burnt brass. As you can see, burnt brass, super dark. Now, it's not it's not speaking about Yahweh Shai being a tan, Middle Eastern looking dude, olive skin colored, dark olive skin. Nah, man, Yahweh Shai was a so-called black man. He had very dark skin. Or literally, yeah. While he was on the earth, and currently still, Yahweh Shai and the Heavenly Father, literally all the heavens, they have their so-called dark, or they're the dark-skinned people. They're so-called black people. And the scriptures only prove so. It says, Revelation chapter 1 and 15, again, his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters, because Yahweh Shai has a deep voice. He doesn't have no soft, effeminate voice. Like what basically what, this depiction of what Jesus will tell you. To make Jesus to what this, with Jesus, the image of Jesus goes back to Cesare Borgia, of course, the son of the 6th Pope of Renaissance Rome. That's where that image goes back to, Cesare Borgia. And what the depiction of Jesus, what Christ is an effeminate, red cheeked devil, man. But with straight hair, looking like a complete, what person. So literally, that image is the complete opposite of the Most High. Getting Daniel 7 and 9, it says, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. See, so the Ancient of Days, which is who? The Heavenly Father, which his name is Yahweh, according to the Paleo-Hebrew, the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. It says what? And in the hair of his head like the pure wool. And we know, of course, Yahweh Shai said to his disciples how, if you have seen me, then you have seen the Father. Meaning that they literally look the same. Of course, not exactly the same, but literally that's the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, that's his father, man. So obviously they're gonna look very similar, meaning that they have dark skin, they got woolly hair, white woolly hair. Both of them do. So that's why Yahushua said, if you see me, then you have seen the Father. Not only does Yahushua come in the Heavenly Father's name, they also have the same, very similar appearances. Getting Daniel 10:5, it says, Then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with the fine gold of Uphaz. So this Daniel seeing literally Yahushua goes on to say, his body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. So completely linking up with Revelation chapter 1 and 14 through 15. So Daniel was seeing literally the same exact thing. So keep in mind, it says, and his feet like in color to polished brass. When you get this word for polished, it's a Hebrew word, qualal, which means burnished or polished. And when you get the word for burnished, there's just a definition or the etymology simply. Well, it goes back to the Middle English from Old French bernice, lengthened stem from bernir, variant of brunir, meaning literally make brown, from brun, brown. So this lie that the Lord is a so-called white man, that's the complete, literally, deception. Again, ever since the Renaissance Rome period of Esau, gaining power over the earth, according to Job 9:24, let's get that. According to Job 9:24, it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So we know that this earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. Why? Because really the Lord, he controls everything. And as Isaac gave Esau that blessing, which is temporal, Esau will be ruling for a short period of time, and the Lord is allowing Esau to rule for a short period of time. So we can see how the earth is in its wicked state before the kingdom of heaven comes. Of course, in the kingdom of heaven is meant for us Israelites. If you're not an Israelite, then you will be a slave in hard bondage under us within the kingdom of heaven. So it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Yeah, and he covereth the faces of the judges thereof, meaning literally, he does a fabrication. He completely changes the paintings, and he makes his own paintings of basically of the prophets, how the ancient prophets look like. You got the Russian icons, you got the book of you got the book of icons, which give you literally the ancient paintings, which Esau covered up, hid in his basically hid these images and put his own images on top of them. Now now the majority of the earth thinks that the Son of the Most High, or the Most High and the Son, are so-called white men, right? Again, that's Esau's deception. Ever since the Renaissance Rome period, that's when it started. And then you think about other figures. Of course, you got Mozart, you got Shakespeare, you got King James. Esau went ahead and put his images on those people too. And if you just look up John the Baptist and look up Jeremiah, Isaiah, just on plain Wikipedia, what do you get? You get so-called white men. If you look up Moses, you get a so-called white man, right? Which is funny because you got that one account of Moses when basically the Lord commanded Moses to put his hand within his bosom. And basically Moses took out his hand from his bosom. His hand turned leprous, meaning it turned white, literally. It said white as snow. So there's that contrast there. If Moses was already a so-called white man, Why would the scriptures mention how his skin turned leprous if he was already leprous, or his hand turned leprous if he was already leprous? So it makes no sense, man. And if you still believe that, man, that what? Lord is a so-called white man, then hey, at the end of the day, you're complete. You're completely deceived. And literally, you're willfully being ignorant, because literally the scriptures and the evidence and everything proves otherwise.
How do I say this? The entire Bible is about black people. Not only was Jesus black, but every character in the Bible seems to be black too. Yeah, Zephaniah and Jeremiah and Jebediah, those all aren't white people names, okay? And Jesus wasn't some tan, partially melanated.
So if you have this guy saying it, then hey, I don't know what else. Because again, a lot of people are waking up. A lot of people are waking up, man.
Eastern person either. I'm talking straight up black dude, okay? Even in the book of Revelation, when you get the vision of Daniel, he's describing someone with feet like burnt brass and white woolly hair, and we've got the deep running water voice with the red eyes, and you guys, he's black. The Jewish people are black people, like Kanye was right. And those people yelling at the park dressed in purple about black people being the
Yeah, obviously, what he's speaking about IUIC.
real Hebrew Israelites.
But so of course they're right. The real Hebrew Israelites are what so-called black people. Of course, also the so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and again, our people are scattered amongst literally the other nations. You're gonna have our people come in literally in heathen-like appearances, because what? There's been a scattering according to Deuteronomy 28:64. You're gonna have our people, what, through them being scattered, and of course their forefathers, of course, mingling with the heathen woman. Of course, further down the generations, you will have the descendants of that Israelite father looking like the heathen. But according to Numbers 1:18, our nationality, where we go back to, our ancestry, is determined by our father. Our nationality, what we are, is determined by our father. Our mother has no influence of our nationality. Yes, she has influence of our appearance, how we look like, but again, what we are, our nationality, is determined by our father, our forefathers.
They're right, okay? Like,
Yeah, so I believe that's the point. Those were you brothers out there edified. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Brakathum, Shalom.